Angels, guardians, and guides, protect me through this reading from any evil eye, any spell work, any witchcraft, any warlocks, anything that can come about in this reading to intercept it. Give me the clarity, the knowledge, and the wisdom to understand these cards as I channel this energy. Trapdoor haunted house. Hello, you're my first. Um, you're my first um viewer. How are you? I'm just sitting here waiting on people to come on in the live. Trying to. I don't really have any direction for where I'm going with this live. I just figured I would do channel messages for you guys. So this is the beginning of a brand new start for me. Um, how are you guys doing out there? Oh wow, 20 people just popped up by the time I turned my head. How are you guys out there? Do you have a French Creole accent? I think I have a American accent. But are you from France? Oh, turn around. Oh wow, no, we're not going to do that on this live, okay? Um, hello, Dave. Hello, everyone. Thank you all for joining the live. So, I'm going to do ask a question, get an answer for my first five. For my first five, I think that's what my spirit wants me to do. No, they're telling me to just do channel messages tonight. Alrighty, so I guess I got somebody to block already. Unwanted. Thank you so very much. And they're gone. Just like that. Abracadabra. Abracadabra, and they are gone. Just like that. Let's see. Hide user on channel. It's my first time going live, you guys, so bear with me. Um, I was really hoping to get on here yesterday, but I guess it took 24 hours to get on here. Needless to say, how are you guys out there? And thank you guys for liking and subscribing to the channel. I have so much in store for you guys. I am a channel amongst many other gifts, and I would like to share my gifts with you guys because in the times where we are in the world today, we realize that we all could be seeking something new. You know, sometimes you get tired of the same old thing, so then therefore, I'm sorry about this lighting in here. But sometimes you get tired of the same old thing, same old messages. So you need, something with, just something different. Not no shade to anyone out there who's thriving and surviving off of their channel. It's just, it's my turn now. So therefore, I would like to connect with my audience in a way where it creates knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, health, wealth, and abundance in all areas of your life because throughout my experience on my journey, I have had my own endeavors with people who have misled me with readings and things of that nature. So I would like to start by saying that I am doing this because this is my calling. This is a part of my assignment. I am finally showing up for my assignment. I'm no longer running away from it. I'm no longer shying away from it. I have embraced this. And the more that we fall into what it is that's for us, it begins to leave us. It fills us up. It fills us up. It gives us a form of belonging. It gives us a form of, and I think this is one of my cousins who I don't talk to anymore. It's so funny because people are just so strange these days. Hate speech or graphic. If I could have one of you guys, I need a moderator already. The hate is so real. The haters, they just, we love our haters, of course, because I do it for my haters. Uh, I don't think my haters would want me to, no, of course not. I would allow the Most High God to deal with you. The Most High God will definitely handle you accordingly. There is nothing that I have to do because of my intentions. One thing people can learn from me is that if you have good intentions for others, everything else just works itself out. You really don't have to do much work. A lot of other, you have different people who have to really work really hard for little results. And I'm not one of those people, so I'm not. Yes, thank you. Don't give them your time. They get blocked. Thank you. I'm still learning how to, I'm still trying to figure out how to report harassment or bullying. Mm-hmm. Okay. Excuse me. So for my two people here in the chat right now, I thank you guys for staying with me. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. And I will do my best to channel the energy for you, to give you a message that can help you in this time because that's what I do. It's not always about the cards. When you have the gift, it's simply you and the divine connecting through me to you. Okay. Hi, I've been watching you for like 5 minutes. You seem fun. Can I be a moderator? I am really experienced. Yes, please and thank you. I would love that because we've already got, the naysayers in the building, which I choose not to give my energy to. So a moderator is really, I appreciate you. I'm grateful for that. Okay. So after this 11/11 portal, happy manifestations to everyone who, put anything out into the universe and they're just awaiting on it to make its way back to you because You know, with good intentions, you ask and you shall receive if you believe. You know, it's as simple as that. It's as simple as not trying at all. It's as simple as you just allowing things to happen for you. Traveler, I'm 11. LOL. I'm trying to be kind. Oh, you're 11 years old. Wait a minute. There's no kid supposed to be in here. You're really putting that in a weird way. Wait, what? Hi, I've been. Wait. What the hell is going on here? Okay. And I, not for nothing, just literally broke my phone today. So that's what that glare is, unfortunately, you know. That's how things happen when they know that you're great. They're going to consistently try to get in your way because they know that regardless, you're going to surpass it. So things like this usually happen to people who are great and they are on their way towards success. So, yeah. After this 1111 portal, I experienced the death and rebirth. You know, it's when they talk about the death card or death and rebirth, it's all about the old you that people once knew is no longer. People who once thought they knew me are going to have to get to know me all over again if they're allowed to come back. You know, because some people just can't come with you on your journey. And that's the energy. I think that a lot of you guys are ready for it to put to rest the old and bring in the new before this new year comes in. It's a lot of things that just can't come along with. Oh, wow, look at that. And we have the death card here. Death and rebirth is exactly what it is that I just said, yeah. Because judgment, you know, you need to call judgment upon, you know, you need to definitely evaluate your circle, you know, definitely. And you evaluating your circle is going to have people out in the cold, wishing that they would have treated you right, wishing that they would have did right by you, wishing that, you know, they weren't so quick, you know, wishing that they didn't get bored so easily. You know, I was just saying the other day on my channel that I think that because we have these quick videos, yeah, okay. I'm sorry, it's a lot going on in this chat room. As soon as I learn how to moderate, I'm gonna get everything. Whoever this is, travelers, you know, the Most High is watching you. So regardless if you feel like this is funny to you, understand that yeah, you will be handled accordingly, sweetheart, for trying to come in here and ruin my ambiance, okay? You will be handled accordingly, darling, okay? And thank you guys for 20,000 views within a week. Wow. You know, for somebody out there right now, I'm thinking that, you know, if you were to just give yourself another chance, if you were to just take a chance on yourself, you know. Absolutely, he is. I am Christian. Oh, wow. Hi, Christian. Well, I am not a Christian. I am spiritualist. I was raised Christian, and I realized as a child that something just wasn't right about Christianity. You guys are telling me to wear a cross that represents the crucifixion of a man, and you're telling me that people who sin go to hell, but then police kill people every day? So a lot of things with Christianity just didn't make sense to me. You know, I feel like it applies to certain people who they try to keep, you know, power over. But for people who are awakened and they see things through their grander scale, you know, they see things through their spiritual eyes. You can't play with people who see things through their spiritual eyes, you know. So best wishes to those who wish me well. I mean, best wishes to those who wish harm upon me, because you get what you put out there, right? Let's check and see what's in the energy. I'm not going to be reading anything right now that is not of love and light. Oh no, I'm not that religion. I'm a Jehovah's Witness. Okay, well, love and light to you, Jehovah's Witness. It's a closing of cycles here. So within this 11:11 portal that we just experienced, it's giving very much so out with the old, in with the new. I could say that that applies to me, you know, because goodness, this light that's in my eye is really bothering me. I don't like that. Let me just put this over here. No, it didn't change anything. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm still... Oh, goodness. I don't know what the hell is going on. Put user in timeout. No, actually, we're going to block this person. Hide user on channel. Thank you. Alrighty. So, wow, that was a lot of bullshit that just popped up. I apologize to anyone who I haven't had the chance to reach and speak to, because it's people here who know that I'm great and they're trying to get in the way. So we're not going to, I don't know. I don't really do the live. So this is my first time. Bear with me. Okay. So now that we got that over with, let's check and see what's going on in the energy here. But you know what? I am grateful for people exposing themselves in the beginning, because we want to get those out in the beginning, you know. And I was just telling somebody the other day, like, you know, when you're dating people, when you're getting back out there dating, it's best to speak about what you need in the beginning. If you can get out what it is that works for you and what your needs are in the beginning, you have no room for what they didn't know. You know, you have, at least, the thing is this: when you show up with intention, and other people who you're dealing with have some type of pushback towards what it is you're trying to do, it's like, oh, well, great, we got this out the way in the beginning. I can move along with my life now. So many people get stuck on people and thinking like, you know, they have to be there now and forever. And it's like, no, absolutely not. So, okay, let's see what's going on here. I'm sorry. It's too much. I'm in America. Go to sleep then. Oh, wow. It's a lot of haters here. Let's just get rid of them while we can. Thank you. Okay. So, it's only 2 people here now. Let's see if this light's going to change anything. Ancestors, Ascended Masters, Sacred Energy, give me clear messages while I channel through this reading for the collective. Oh, wow. This is the first card that popped out. It was a 10 of Pentacles. Lucky you. Ooh. 1 second. Goodness. The 10 of Pentacles. Yes. Oh, it came out backwards. 10 of Pentacles. Yeah. You see that. Here. Yeah, so for the 10 of Pentacles, this is my Reverse the Scales Tarot. Actually, you know what? I'm not. Okay, yes. It says you have a friendly family, You have a friendly family, prosperity, harmony, and confidence in the future. You understand and value the world as a whole and each of its individual phenomenons. You know the path to the view. You know the path to the values. You are considered. I can't, because I'm channeling you guys' energy, and let me just wrap this up. Because I realized that people in today just need something to do. So, just going to wrap it up. I didn't really have any direction with this live. I was just going to channel energy, but that is the type of energy that I would rather not. I would rather not channel people who are miserable and they, you know, misery loves company. They're probably sitting in a lonely room, cold and alone with a cat. You and your cat. Nothing against cats. I love cats. It's just, you know, people who usually have cats tend to have social problems. They don't really usually know how to socialize with people because they feel like all they need is their cat. So I'm sure that's not you, you know. But the thing is that I have, my mother was a sailor and my father was a sniper. So therefore I have a very sharp tongue. I don't play with people, so I don't advise people play with me because I'm still healing. I am not yet healed. So therefore anybody can catch a stray bullet at any given time. So it's all about respect on this channel. Okay, thank you very much. Hello, my friend. How are you? All is well over here. Thank you very kindly for joining into the live. It's been a lot of people who have come and go already. I am grateful for it all. Yeah, because see, I'm strong as fuck. And that's just who I am, you know. I take it all. I take it all in. I really didn't have any direction on where I was going with this live, but I guess I could start with turning the damn TV off. 1 second. Okay. I'm back. I guess I could do an oracle card, you know, instead of reading a tarot, you know. Reading the tarot, it's really, you know, personal, but an oracle card, anybody could use an oracle card, right? So I'm going to go along with the Egyptian god oracle card. I don't wear a cross. I represent the Ankh. Yes. That's why I represent. I don't represent the crucifixion of a man. I represent life force. Okay. Whew. And it's okay because we all, at one point, were misled. I even have a tattoo of a cross, so I can't really talk. It's just that we all once knew one thing until we learned something different. And when you learn new, it's okay. Give yourself the space to relearn what you thought you once knew so that you're not going along with the blind out here. It's so easy to be blind because of you not wanting to do the work. But doing the work always pays off in the long run. Okay. So I'm just going to shuffle the cards. Well, this one was upside down. All right. Ancestors, sacred energy, give me one clear message for my one follower here. Hi. Alchemy Force. This is a very powerful card. Alchemy Force. That's saying that you have an alchemist hidden inside of you. Are you still here? Yeah. Alchemist. Alchemy Force. I guess instead of doing the readings tonight, I guess I can just sit here and let you guys get to know me a bit. clear the energy out. Clear out that energy, that negative energy, all that energy from the past and the previous is now dissipated and dissolved from my channel. Ashe. Okay. Who is this? Keith, how you doing? KE1TH. Oh, nobody's here. Okay. I have to keep my crown covered around here with crazy people. Ooh. All in a bowl, so all in a no, I'm not crying, of course. Why would I cry? I wouldn't allow a stranger to make me cry now. We're a tough girl. We're a big girl. It's funny. What's on my mind? Well, I decided to go live today due to the fact that new levels require new versions of ourselves, and I have to break this thing. You know, oh gosh, I just hate that my phone is broken. So it's like that little glare. See, I don't know. It's really crazy. Really doesn't make sense. It's just, I don't know if that's my light as a bright, as a chosen one. Maybe that's the chosen light just beaming like, hey, just beam on out. I'm not sure even if you guys can see that. Maybe it's just me. I thought you were crying beautiful. What's on your mind? Okay. What's on my mind is what's next for the collective. You know, I want to be able to show up for people in a way where they can't show up for themselves. You know, I'm supposed to be the light. I'm supposed to be the bridge. I'm supposed to be this person who shows up for the underdog, who shows up for the person who is at that pivotal point in their life where they just don't know whether to go left or right. That's when I show up. Because I'm tired of seeing people being misled. I'm tired of the blind leading the blind and people being in spaces where they don't belong. Absolutely, I can help you. If you will allow me to, if you will allow me to help you, absolutely, I can help you. A witch did voodoo on you. Well, my first thing to you, Tony Hendricks, is do you believe in voodoo? Because anything that you feel as if it's happening to you, it only begins with your beliefs. If you don't believe something, if you don't allow it to have access to your thoughts, because your thoughts, your mind is very powerful. If you know not to give in to those negative thoughts and you can actually reshift your whole perspective, you can get a different view of what your reality looks like by changing your perspective. So if you believe in God, then I'm going to need you to, for one, start off by telling your problems how big your God is instead of telling God how big your problems are. Due to the fact that little people who try to play God, they try to play God all the time to where, you know, they manipulate others to try to find their source of power. You know, you see it in the church, you know, with all this stuff going on with all these ministers and pastors being exposed is because we're in the age of Aquarius. And because we're in the age of Aquarius, the truth shall be revealed. Now, the thing about the truth is that so many people have been lied to for so long that when they do get the truth, they're going to question, is this really the truth? Is this, what am I supposed to believe in? How am I supposed to be led? You know, it's like after you've been doing something as a routine for so long, it's going to be hard to relearn what it is that you thought that you once knew. So I would just say one step at a time. I would say that if you believe in God, then that means that you know God. And if you know God good enough, then you know that God won't dare leave you when you need him the most. God is always there. You're never alone. Even when you feel like you're alone, you're never alone. I just need you to know in your being and your fiber of being, I need you to know that all things are consistently working out for you and not to you. Even the negative things that appear to show up in our lives where it's like, I don't know why this is happening. I feel like I'm getting my ass kicked. It's like, no, let's take a step back. Because maybe we're not getting our ass kicked. Maybe somewhere along the lines, we just weren't paying attention. You know, it's very likely that a lot of times we don't dot our I's and cross our T's because we spend time watching 30-second videos, and to the point where we're now that 30-second video. It's like we can't really take our time doing anything. People love fast food. They have all this access to all these fast things. It's like, where are you actually able to sit and spend your time anywhere? You know, where are you able to just be and just breathe and just not be looking at the clock? We haven't had that since the pandemic. When she did it, it didn't scare me, but it showed me that voodoo is real. Well, you have to be careful with the illusions can play on the mind. And like I said, if you believe voodoo is real, understand that God made and created everything. So therefore, instead of you steady giving your inner, because the thing is this, when you see certain things that trigger you, certain things that you never experienced before, it's likely to stick with you. And now you're giving it the driver's seat when you should be in the driver's seat. You're giving it the keys, right? You're paying this car note that you're not even driving. You're no longer in the driver's seat anymore. You have let these fears take over and take the driver's seat to where, what? I don't care how many readings you read. I don't care how many readings you get, how many readings you see. I don't care about what information is given to you. You can have all the information in the world, but if your beliefs are tampered with to the point where you can't change them, my best advice to you would be to reset your nervous system. Because one thing can very well look like one thing in 1 minute. But if you know who your God is, if you claim to know God, then you should already know that. No. See, the thing is that whatever it is that they showed you to the point where it was supposed to affect you, it was supposed to scare you. But no, the thing is that if I am of creation of God, then that means that God resides within me. So therefore, there is no God outside of me that's bigger than the God that lays within me. So it's all about you aligning yourself with your beliefs and understanding that regardless of what this person said over here, I know that my God has gotten me this far. So therefore, I can tell a different story. I know different because God has worked on me. He's worked through me. He's showed me everything in a way where, no, a man has not told me these things. I couldn't go through it. See, and I have been having a problem with people who go to these pastors for information and they don't know how to meditate. They don't know how to go within. They don't know how to quiet the mind. If you don't know how to quiet the mind, then you're giving whatever that is that's on repeat, you're giving that the keys to the driver's seat. I got closer to God and deep into my Bible. Well, I feel like your Bible, definitely, the Bible is very powerful, you know, depending on how you use the Bible. I feel like if you look at the Bible and you just tell the stories and you're just reading for information, then you're now an observer. But if you can actually look at the word and understand that if God moved all these things around, if God literally just shows up and everything is based upon my belief, how am I deciding to believe? How am I deciding to use my thoughts? How am I deciding to use my God-given? God created all of this. So knowing that God created all this, the Most High God, because when we talk about God, you know, you can, when you talk about God, through American texts, I guess, or whatever the case may be, it's many different versions of God. You have the Egyptian gods. You have, you know, but the thing is, because God created gods, the one God, the Most High God, created other gods, right? That lay before us far, far ago. And because the Most High God has the ability to create other gods, I think that with you being here right now, That's the challenge. The challenge is to figure out, what does it mean to be immortal? What does it mean to get so close to God? What does it mean to sacrifice my material desires to really just say, God, I'm just going to trust you. I'm just going to be led by you. I'm just going to believe in everything it is that you have for me. Because the thing is that you can say that you believe in God one minute, but if you're letting the fear of voodoo, or you're letting the fear of anything else outside of you, that clearly, it's a difference over there, whatever the case may be. The thing is, your thoughts and your beliefs are what govern your decisions. And your decisions is what governs your life, right? How are you deciding? A lot of times the television will tell you to go do something, and they expect you to go do it, because that's why they created it. Because they couldn't just go door to door every day telling people how to live their lives. Of course not. So they created the news. They created these outlets where you're the consumer. I got closer and deep into the Bible. He who is it's only one God, the Most High God. But a lot of people, they praise our brother, which is Jesus Christ, Yeshua, right? So because people give more praise to Jesus Christ than they do the Most High, that's why a lot of people will never see God. Because they're calling on the wrong ones. They have been misled. They have been listening to someone who decided to preach and didn't even read the whole book from front to back. He really still he's learning along the way with us. But because we don't want to do the work, and it's too big of a job to do, we just rather go to somebody else who appears to have done the work, who appears to have it all figured out, because he looks successful. He has the church, he has the choir, he has these things, these material things that make him look like he's qualified to be in this position. Meanwhile, you had mother who went to this church, your mother's mother went to this church, your mother's mother's mother, your mother's 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 mother. And now the deacons then went from the first to the senior to the third. You see how that goes? It's like, until somebody can actually sit, because the thing is this, if you're the consumer, then you're just waiting on the ceremony to be over with. If you're a child, if you're a person who's really literally coming for the word, you're going to leave after you got the word, because that's the word of the day. Maybe next Sunday they got something better for me next Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Because if you are the consumer and all you do is consume, then you're likely to believe everything it is that you're told. And that's consistent. That's your belief. Your belief is simply what it is that you were told. Your belief has nothing to do with your research. Your belief has nothing to do with your experience as a human being. Your belief, a lot of people forget to pay attention to the breath. When you wake up, what's one of the first things you do? You're breathing when you wake up, because, you're woke. It's about breath, right? But the thing is that that's something that people tend to only really breathe hard when they get really stressed out. That's their way of relief, is, they want to just, breathe it out. You are correct. Go to the Father in the name of the Son. 4444 on the clock. I believe that because I am a person of truth, being a person who lives unapologetically in their truth, despite how society tells you to live in the world today, where they make you fit in spaces where you don't belong, where you were meant to stand out. It's like, yeah, it looks a lot like that, because you have these uniformed people who all do what they're told. People do what they're told because they were told to obey. They were told to bow down. They were told that it's other people who are bigger than you and better than you, so you can only be so big. You can only be so great, right? But until you actually can rediscover yourself and understand that life is simply what I make it. How am I deciding? And I know this is a very touchy subject, because that's the reason why I have 0 people in here now, is because people hate the truth. That's the thing. Everybody wants the truth. But when they get the truth, it's like, oh, I don't like this truth. Oh, people always running from the truth. because they realize that the truth will set you free, but you getting the truth will only assure you that you haven't been free your whole damn life. That's the reason why people run from it, because their version of the truth requires them to stay in line. They don't know what it's like to live outside the lines. They don't know what it's like to do, I'm sober and happy. Great for you. I'm sober as well. And you know, one thing I learned about people who tend to throw, little side-eye shots and stuff like that, you're really only throwing side-eye shots because you're here because some part of you actually believes that you don't know shit, right? Some part of you believes that you need to hear from somebody else because that's what you do as a consumer. You be consumed. You be consumed by the sales that they show you. You be consumed by the information that people give you because you don't know how to go within. You don't know what it means to meditate. Your priest, your ministers, your pastors are not teaching you how to meditate. They're not teaching you how to heal. They're not teaching you how to have radical forgiveness, radical acceptance. They teach about sin and they show you what's not accepted. But that's their love, right? You have to fight for a Christian's love. Meanwhile, a lot of Christians live in the dark and do dangerous things in the dark that will go totally against the book, totally against what their pastors would like of them. But then they choose to go to church on a Sunday and just go ahead on and just, you know what, I wasn't doing right throughout this week, so I'm going to go ahead on and put a little extra in the tithes. I'm going to go ahead on and stay a little longer for the word because I know that I was out there doing everything that I ain't got no business doing. And they just want to just make you think that, oh, well, it's okay to sin because my God forgives. What? Meanwhile, spiritualists, we look at shit like, okay, just because I can doesn't mean I should, because I know about karma. I know that we live in a world of the laws of attraction. We live in a world where what I put out is bound to come back. We live in a world where I ought to do right by my neighbor because I know that if they did wrong by me, all I have to do is take it to the Most High and it will be handled accordingly. It's not about spells. It's not about doing things in a way where you actually want to hurt someone. It's just that because you and your ignorance, you and your greed, you and your unwillingness to be in order with the laws of the divine, it starts with the fact that people don't know shit. People only know about a book that has been rewritten time and time again. Do you know what number Bible you're on at this point? The book has been rewritten. The book has been rewritten so many times, and it just makes me wonder, why is that? They try to rewrite every goddamn thing. Like, I don't even know my language. Like, the bloodline that runs through my veins, I don't even know my language because America has taken so much from my people. But people want to just say, oh, I believe in the Bible. Oh, I only know the Bible. Oh, we just going to wait on God. We're going to wait on God. We're going to wait on God. Meanwhile, you don't really know what God you're praying to. And in those times, the letter J didn't even exist for you guys to be speaking about Jesus. It was Yeshua. But that's just another thing that they're going to, of course, try to argue me down to the ground. But the thing is this, I'm not here to prove a point. I'm not here to try to get people to believe in things my way. I'm here to be the proof. I'm here to be the living proof, live and in color, and to show you that your life could look a lot like, you being the co-creator of your life if you were to take life in your own hands. Some way, some type of accountability. Because I know that as Christians love to say things under the natures of, well, I'm just going to ask God for forgiveness. I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to do that. When meanwhile, if God has the sight because he is the creator, that means that everything that you come with, everything that you've been through to this point was a part of his plan. So therefore, because it's a part of his plan, how in the hell can you go and tell me that I'm not doing what God asked me to do? As a human being, flesh and blood and bone, same as me. You mean to tell me that you know what God got for me when what he told me wasn't a conference call? Come again? But see, when I talk like this, it pisses people off to a certain point, which it's expected. I want you to get pissed off because I want you to know that your information versus my information, you wouldn't get far. Because I know how to crack those codes that you have yet to you haven't really looked at it. You're steady overlooking it because you're trying to get to the end of the book. It's so much in this book. You're trying to get to the end. You try to feel like you know it all. But you're not living by it. A lot of people read these words that they don't live by. A lot of people just always want to talk about but the book. But what about the book? How are you really living within this book? If you're really going by the book, then that means that you're not supposed to be listening to the music. You damn sure ain't supposed to have Netflix. You ain't supposed to be, doing a lot of different things, right? But the thing is that people love to pick and choose what's a sin. People love to pick and choose that your sin's greater than mine, or, oh, well, mine's is this and that. It's like, okay, look at the pot calling the kettle black. Meanwhile, people who are spiritual, we are very intentional. It's all about your intention. Like I said, you going after somebody who claims that they put voodoo on you, it's like, what were you doing in that place anyway for you to say that you believe in Jesus Christ? Why were you over there playing with people who do voodoo and you say that you're Christian? How does that work for you? How does that even make sense? I'll wait. Since you want to talk about everything else, I'll wait on that answer. Please tell me. Let's discuss this. You want the right people around you. That's why you're here. In order to have the right people around you, you have to start being the proof that you seek. You have to start being the change that you seek. You have to start aligning yourself with this version of life that you're seeking. Because if you haven't done the work on you, you're going to have access to those people, but then it'll be short-lived because somewhere along the lines, we missed a step. Especially when you come in towards healed people already. A healed person can spot an unhealed person very quick, and we won't even tell you. We'll just disappear and let you figure it out on your own time. You'll figure it out because you'll continuously realize that I'm steady fumbling people of value because I choose not to do the work. And it's so easy to just blame somebody else who appears to have done the work. I like it when you talk like that. Oh, now you like how I talk. Hello, hello there, Kano Tassariu. I'm sorry if I just chopped that name up like that. I apologize. But yeah. Thank you for joining into the live. I don't know where Mr. Tony Hendricks went. I think that he got the drift that I am not someone who you can compete or compare to, honey. The best thing that you can do is sit back, take a seat, and grab your pen and pencil, take some notes. Because I am the proof. You like me voice. Thank you. I'm grateful to have a voice. In a world where we talk about being the brave and all I see is cowards. Greatly appreciative to have a voice. But how are you tonight? I mean, I guess I can end this live because I see that it was like a lot of hate bashing towards, spiritual people and things of that nature. And I'm wonderful. Thank you. I've never been better, just being better and better and better, That's all I know is better. So, that's what I choose to give my energy to. The better, the light, the good, what's right, what's righteous. Yeah. I'm well, thank you. How are you? Where are you calling from? What city are you in? Are you from like Tokyo or something like that? I'm sorry, like what kind of name is this that I'm reading here? I like to know where people are from. This is the World Wide Web. Are you there? All right, well, I'm going to end this live. or I don't.